It's midweek morning basketball here at the Mullins Center as the UMass Minutewomen welcome in the LaSalle Explorers as we wrap up the month of January on Field Trip Day here on Nesson. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. Along with the New England Basketball Hall of Famer Erin Maher-Salvador, I'm Jim Cain. We've had our coffee. The kids are in the house. We're ready to go for this early morning matchup between two teams trying to shake off losses. Erin, and two teams in desperate need of a win. Only 4 games left in the regular season, Nathan, for this UMass team, and you'd love to see them build some positive momentum over the final few weeks.
Really, when you look at that first half, especially the second quarter, Amanda, for Harvard, it's an offense that was firing on all cylinders.
Into Bellamy, goes back to Williams, she heaves it up, knocks it down! Kristen Williams ties the game! Biloxi can't shake Patrick. Nice find to Gallikalandi, blocked by Davis. Columbia the other way, Henderson counted and one. Defense into offense for the Lions.
Got bailed out there with a great pass and finish.
Turner picks it off, 2-on-1, White off the window. Duke thought about it, Williams again. Kristen Williams, unlimited range. Berger, Foreman, Flanagan cleans it up. Back at the Mullins Center, start of the second quarter between UMass and LaSalle. A look at the series history between these two programs. Second matchup of this season. UMass leads the all-time series 22-15, and we talked about it in the first quarter. It was a tight contest through 3. UMass played well for the most part, but couldn't finish as LaSalle came away with a win on their home floor a few weeks ago. Jim Cain, Erin Maher-Salvador with you here on Nesson. Early morning matchup in the middle of the week, wrapping up the month of January. That shot is off the mark. It's tipped towards Miller, fumbled and controlled by Mackenzie Jones, seeing her first action of the day. It's Rose, Jones, Williams, Taulale, and Dallas Pierce also on the floor for the first time today. Williams, a deep 3. No. With her, nothing's out of range. Miller leading the push again. Out to Massantonio. A foul on the floor. It looks like it's going to go on Taulale. She can't believe it.
That's her second, so she's going to be sitting for a lot of this rest of this quarter. So that's 2 really strong players that are out for UMass, and they're responsible for 9 of their 17 points.
So Taulale with 2, Kaleja with 2. That's something we talked about with Mike Leffler yesterday. Fouls have been a problem for the bigs on this team throughout the season. We asked him, have you done anything in practice differently to try to correct that? As Bolden is able to rattle home a 3 from the corner. He says we've tried to call more fouls during practice. We've tried to discourage those reach-in fouls, and we've tried to point things out on film too. So certainly a work in progress as UMass turns it over for the 8th time today, but then LaSalle gives it right back.
As Leffler told us, you know, taking care of the ball, not turning it over is key. And I know we have some players in here who don't get as much time, Dallas Pierce, McKenzie, but they're going to really have to continue to protect the ball and get good possessions.
Rose on the drive, everything but the bucket that time. Jones trying to keep it alive. Got 3 bodies on the floor. Looks like Jones may have taken a shot towards the head. She's a bit slow to get up. Both players are as well. That's Bolden, a bit gimpy as well. Let's take another look.
Jim, this is just these teams going for these 50-50 balls with all they've got. But yeah, it looked like there might have been a clocked head there, and then Bolden goes to the floor. Bolden's up and back with her team, which is nice to see. Unfortunately, Mackenzie Jones is tilt down on the court. Looks like she's pointing to her head, which it looked like she did bump in that scrum.
She is being tended to underneath the basket at the moment. Scott Myrick, the athletic trainer, checking on her, assisting her to her feet, which is certainly a great sign. But certainly in some pain right now as she heads back towards the bench.
Certainly good to see, but she does look like she's not feeling well after that bump. So for UMass, that's another post player. So they're down 3 post players right now. I have a feeling we'll probably see Chineye Adenabo at some point here, and she's been coming on strong. So Kaleja's back in a little bit early with 2 fouls, but Leffler's, I'm sure, saying we need her.
And Kaleja picked up a couple of fouls in only 7 minutes in the first quarter, but did play well. 4 points, 3 rebounds. Looks like we may have some spillage and some chairs going flying in the corner there.
Jim, it is like awesome here. There are so many people in the I mean, there's not a lot of people there in that front row that you see, but there are tons of fans, lots of young kids. It's really exciting to see. And I was thinking, it's field trip day. I would have loved having a field trip to a basketball game when I'm supposed to be in school on a Wednesday.
Here.
So no wonder they're really excited, and they're watching this great A10 women's game. Also in the house, we have the cheerleaders back, the dancers back, the band back. UMass had a really long winter break, and they're coming back. Classes start, I think, this week. And so it's nice to see that energy and excitement. They sure have a lot of support from all 3 of those squads.
And kudos to the staff here in Amherst. They've done a great job keeping these youngsters entertained. We saw the flex cam earlier. They had a Where's Waldo game going on during a timeout. They're handing out free popcorn, too. Offensive foul as Kristen Williams gives up the body on the Bolden drive to the rim.
Really great help here. So you can see Kaleja gets beat. Williams comes over, sees that that's coming, gets her position, and takes the offensive foul. That's just a really heads-up play for coverage when you need to rotate as a team. So fantastic team defense there.
By the way, that's the second foul on Bolden, so she checks out. Williams, not that time. Miller has the miss. Goes behind the back. Armendariz traveled. Turnover number 7 committed by LaSalle. Yeah.
Coach definitely said we need more possessions, and I think he's kind of saying we need more, right? And she shot it after the play and it went in. So I'm sure he was specifically thinking, oh, darn.
LaSalle has turned it over 3 times over the last minute and 20 seconds. Kaleja across court to Pierce, knocks it down. Dallas Pierce from downtown.
Boom! Woohoo! She can shoot.
Pierce, when she's on the floor, gives this team a spark as Alexia Rose picks the pocket, and Rose goes coast to coast.
The momentum is definitely high for UMass. Let's see if LaSalle can kind of cut that here.
Massantonio comes up short. Offensive rebound to Melius. Back up top, here's Miller, who will rise up. Way off.
I feel like LaSalle might be rushing their shots a little bit, those 3-pointers. And I think credit to UMass defense.
Kaleja picks up the travel as we go back to that great play by Alexia Rose.
She is just so fast. Both ends of the court, has her hands everywhere, and she's getting a couple points for UMass. Also, that's a play that really kind of brings momentum to UMass, but it also is like, oh, they took it right away from us, even when we were just dribbling. So, again, look at her on the ball there. So, lots of pressure they're feeling, and I think that's affecting their shooting.
Massantonio trying to back down Rose. She has the height advantage. Armendariz shoots over Bellamy. Air ball. It's an 8-point lead for the Minutewomen. Their largest lead is 9, which came in the final moments of the first quarter as Rose connects and has a chance for a 3-point play.
Rose took advantage. Look here, this happens because UMass is spreading the court on offense, and on her side there was Kristen Williams. Coach said, we're not going to let Williams get 3-pointers. So as you could see, her player did not help off to cut down Rose's drive. So really smart play there. Took advantage of what the defense has given them.
Rose has been tremendous. Offensive rebound, Kaleja. She will head to the free throw line. And these second chances that Mike Leffler talked to us about yesterday, they're starting to come through here for UMass.
Yeah, second chance points, so important. They've been doing quite a good job on the offensive boards, but they really haven't been productive getting those back in for buckets. But as you can see there, Kaleja went right back up strong, and here she is at the line.
Kaleja led the way with 15 points on Saturday in the loss at the Ryan Center. Also had 6 rebounds and 4 steals. She's talked about her role this year and being more of a leader. She's one of only 3 returners on this team. Mike Leffler's a huge fan of what she's done. Says she's done a great job leading by example throughout the season.
Seems like, UMass, this pressure defense is taking them out of their offense. Look for Miller to drive here.
She does. Kicks it to the corner where Turco can't connect on a 3. Rebound is tipped and into the hands of Williams. Kristen Williams bounces it over to Rose, but a kick ball will keep the possession for the Minutewomen.
They're smiling a little bit. I think they were all a little too excited. Rush that. But great for them to get the board and get out in transition again. LaSalle gave up a lot of transition points last game. They're really going to need to get back and protect that.
When you look at the fast break points today, UMass, the big edge, 10-1 as Rose will go to the free throw line. A late whistle, but Alexia Rose, as our coach wants her to do, she's been very aggressive.
Yeah, nifty play on that high post entry. I've seen that a couple times from them, and it seems to always work. And again, UMass's offense is so spread out that there was nobody in the paint to help and stop her. So she goes all the way to the hole. She does an amazing job at that and gets herself to the line more than anybody else on the team as a point guard.
Rose missed the first 10 games of the year, made her debut on December 10th, and she's been a starter since her debut. 11 points on Saturday. She's reached double figures in 5 of her last 7 games. She's got 8 points already here in the first half, as we come up on the halfway point of quarter number 2.
So you can see the pressure on the ball from all the players, and not only they're doing that because not only does it take away the 3-pointer, it takes away the easy pass to the open player.
Miller gets into the paint, gets around Pierce and lays it in.
But Miller sees that that's open and she goes for it. Beautiful drive, beautiful drive.
That ends an 11-0 run for UMass. I think that foul's going to go on the floor. We will confirm when we return. Alexia Rose and the Minutewomen leading by 12 as we wind down the first half here in Amherst.